Hi everybody, I'm just going to share my screen. Yeah. There you go. So who have we got here? We've got some participants here, so thank you for joining me. I'm going to start right from the beginning for those that have not done this before. There will be a lot of discussions today and stuff like that, so I'm going to go through what we've already done, okay? So participant-wise, we have checking on participants, attendees here. We've got Nita, Dawn, Nancy, Shabak, and Sharon so far. Nancy, good luck with your interview. Exciting! Exciting, isn't it hard? I did the money spell and then everything's just gone, whoa. It's coming to me, it's coming through you, and that was the student money spell. That's what I put it down to. It's just phenomenal. So lots of opportunities. Don't miss out on opportunities. Always grab that moment of opportunity. It's extremely important. So here is the slideshow. I'm going to quickly get straight into it. Doing it from the beginning. Here we go. So this is all about life coaching with me, Rachel Gibson. As you know, I'm a mentor, life coach, extraordinaire. I'm going to up myself. Yeah, I was doing life coach as a youth community worker. I've always been sort of a seeker, someone who mentors not just community members, but also young people. Life coaching is very important, and it means many things. It's quite a massive area, a subject to look at. So I will be doing this over several classes. So yeah, here we go. Life coaching, career and personal life coach has become more and more popular over the past years, very popular in America, of course, and also here in the UK. Lots of people can do freelance life coaching people, or they can actually do it in schools through education, but you have to go through GPS checks and stuff like that. Or actually can do it for businesses. There's lots of different genres where you can do it from. So it's entirely up to you which one you have to pick, okay? But I think even right at the beginning of this is to decide what area is it you would like to do it. Look at the regulations in your country, always say that, jurisdictions here in the UK, not very regulated. I've been doing a lot of research, not much regulation into life coaching, because it's one of those things that people pick. Like if you're a very good motivator, someone who's very good at advising and raising people's self-esteem, that's basically what a really good life coach is. Sometimes you have people, it's one down, a public speaker, no, not necessarily. So qualifications that you need. So there are no strict regulations to stop anybody from setting themselves up as a life coach, although you're not likely to succeed in this area unless you have experience with communication. But we all have some form of expertise in communication, because that's what we do every day fundamentally. Through personality, you do need to be a people's person, good listener, good communicator, enjoy helping those around us, raising other people's self-esteem, non-judgmental, curious, analytical. The analytical bit comes from when you're talking to people, analysing their personality, maybe coming up with a plan in order to drive them to what they want to be, drive them to the change they want to make. So it's about driving, and you being the wheel, the driving force for that change. Non-judgmental, extremely important. You can't be judgmental in a position working with people, because we have to tolerate them to some degree. All people are different everywhere. You need to be responsive, reactive, an empath, and target-driven. So most personal coaches work as a self-employed freelancer, I've just said that, although many general coaches offer specialties, and I'll just say this also, working with financial success, maybe doing it through businesses, doing it through just personal choices. Sometimes just people want to work with somebody because they're going through an absolute life change, and they might contact you because they're in need of that support at that moment in time. So that's what it is. You have to be have unconscious bias. Now, does anybody know what unconscious bias means? I'm going straight back over, I think. I do know, and I am aware, but it's for a reason, because I don't want people missing out. And because I haven't been on here for a while, I need to refresh everything. So evening everyone, evening there, Janet. So like, an example of this is like when I was interviewing people as a youth manager, I'd have to sit and listen to people, talk to people, and interview people. And say I had a person who come forward and they wanted a job, and the manager knew that person, that would be classed as a bias because he's going to decide that maybe he wants that person because he knows that person. So what unconscious bias is being aware that we could actually make a conscious decision and it be a biased decision. So what we do in this field is we have to do things from an unbiased consciousness. So an unbiased conscious is actually saying, well, okay, I've got this person who's coming forward for an interview. He knows this person, just like Chris Riley. Did I mention his name? Oh, that man. Yeah, just like Chris Riley, really. I've got students coming over to him. He's most probably thinking, well, you know, I've had a conversation with Rachel. He thinks I'm really cool. And I've got these students, but I've got these other people coming from the public as well who want to be a psychic. So he has to balance what is unconscious biases or his conscious biases. So it would help him if he had a third party come in to do that interview, which I'm sure he's already thought of. That is being unconscious biasness. It's when you're actually making a decision based on the facts given to you, the information that's presented to you, removing the consciousness of your own bias towards that situation. That's the best way to describe it. Now, safeguarding. Safeguarding is very important when we're working with children and young people. And as I said to you, yes, I'm a safeguarding officer, but no, I'm not a social worker. I was a child protection officer in a charity that I ran, okay, and then also for other organisations. I was appointed a child protection officer, yes, in a couple of my establishments, stuff like that. Not embarrassed to say it. In fact, I'm very proud of it. It was a very important role that I had to do. And the reason for that is because sometimes you come across situations where people need support. Safeguarding is extremely important, especially in this day and age. We need to be supportive of our community and making sure that children are safe and vulnerable adults. So safeguarding, if you're working with children and very vulnerable people, I would suggest that you do make sure that you're abiding by laws and regulations here in the UK. If you're working with schools, children, vulnerable young adults, and you're working within an organisation, they will automatically do those checks for you. So just to make you aware of that, really, okay? What am I doing? What am I doing? Go back, go back. No, I'm going the wrong way. Come here. There we go. So identity, what I was asking you is your role within society, your role as a person. Who am I? Who's the real you? And what, you know, I wanted you really to sort of start identifying, not just with yourself, but with other people. What's your relationship, not just to yourself, but to the whole sphere, the whole community, looking at not just who you are, but who you are in relation to things. It's really, really good to look around. And when we did it in the wheel, when we did the medicine wheel, and we looked at, okay, so here I am, I'm centre, what's my relation to my colleagues, what is my relation to my spiritual group, what is my relation to my family, putting it all into one pot, into a group. Who am I, where am I, what am I, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. And then what I asked you to do, has anybody done this? Because it was really, really important. Yeah, a bit like nepotism. Yeah. And you, gosh, oh my gosh, I've worked for organisations and seen nepotism. It is humongous, and they put all these policies in to and training, unconscious bias training, and they do it on purpose so that it covers up nepotism. And what happens effectively is it's still nepotism because it grows just because you put a policy in and these type of trainings, that non-biased training courses into things, doesn't mean that you're still not being biased, and people see through that. But yeah, but a lot of people that try to cover up nepotism tend to use unbiased consciousness, unconscious training, and biased conscious training. So yeah, that is hilarious, but that is what happens. So did anyone do this root tree project and stuff? So which for me, all that has changed for I am so different than where I was last year. So in the progress. So that's good, in the progress. Brilliant. Because what we're going to do is look at the roots, where you come from, who that person is. And like I was saying to you, you can't really change the roots. You can't change who you are. that is something that's going to grow, okay? And then your tree trunk, to look at that as your support network. Who is it who supports you? Where is your support network? Is there anywhere else you can go to support? Is it another service you could access? Now, when you're working with other people, these are the things you'd be looking at. You'd be looking at the roots. Okay, what's the root of the issue? Right, how can I support this person? How can I support the individual to get where they want to get in order for them to branch out? And then on the branches, you would put the goals. So you put the goals there. Okay, I want to be a teacher. How do I become a teacher? Okay, I need GCSEs. Okay, so I've got my GCSEs. Where do I need to go then? I'm branching out. So I'm branching out. And that's exactly what you would do as a life coach. You will help that person look at themselves, analyse themselves, and see exactly how they're going to get to where they need to get and what things you need to be putting in place to get them to that point. Now, it could be, for instance, that you have a person and they want to become, I don't know, a healer. Okay, so you want to become a healer. You look down those different avenues with that person, exploring different opportunities, different methods and different routes of getting to there, because not one method is actually going to suit every person. So you have to also look at methodology. We'll be studying that in greater depth later. Methodology would be, for example, looking at ways they could do it. So would this course be good for you? Would this way of doing it be good for you? Are they a visualized learner? Are they a person who has to have audio, for example? Trying different techniques and ways of working with that person, because essentially that's what we need to do, is look at that person from an individual basis, so a psychological basis, looking at the individual, and then looking at more of a sociological basis, looking at the world around them and how they're fitting in. Now, the medicine wheel is extremely good for doing that, to look at the whole person, but the tree project is very similar to it. I sort of made this app, I devised it when I was working for an organisation, and I didn't know how to take it out. I was like, copyrights is my project. But this is the sort of thing you'd be looking at all different angles, different ways, in order for people to grow, because that's what we do, we grow, and that's what we're supposed to do. Sometimes we make mistakes. You tell that person that's okay, because it's okay to make mistakes. It filters, and that's what we have to do, filter that information, allow the lessons to learn, allow the tree leaves to fall and grow some new trees, new branches, new leaves, so it blooms, yes, and winter comes and then it shuts down, and sometimes we have to shut down completely. That's okay, and you remind that person that's okay. We have to then regrow, and that's growth. And a tree is a perfect example of how we shed ourselves, how we shed our needs, that they are lessons to be learned, that is from the past. So when looking at an individual, you don't just look at the now, you have to also look at the past. How do they get to where they've got now? How are they going to progress? What lessons were learned at that point? How they're going to progress further down the line in order to help them grow. And every single person is an individual. Every single person is different. There might be different ways of doing things. It could be due to ethical basis, cultural basis, religion. It all has a part of that person. It's their makeup. So yes, that's their roots, and that's how they grew, and that's how they learned because of the past lessons. But what were their influences? And then you look at the influences as part of the tree. Okay, so it was cultural influences. It's religious influences. My dad said it was sort of patriarchal influences because it was a male-dominating thing to do around that time. Every single person's different and unique, and will have all different experiences. It's about listening to that person and actually finding out exactly how they got to the point where they got to, and how are you going to make them bloom? What is that special thing that's going to make them bloom? Now, that all boils down to self-esteem a lot of the time, but not just that realization of that person, of exactly establishing who they are, how they got to where they got. And what you're doing is you're mind mapping. PC, what do they call it now? I can't say brainstorming. We'll call it mind mapping. I'm okay with mind mapping. So you're looking at that person and you're taking them through their past and mapping it out for them. And that's essentially what a life coach is. You're helping that person map out their life. But you need to grow with goals. And how do you grow? What makes you grow? So you have to eat healthy, have a balanced diet. You have to be able to sustain your own self-worth. The self-esteem is so important in growing. But not just that, it's who's around us, who we can connect to, and who has that knowledge. These are fundamental important things also. Sustainability, so it's goal driven. Now, if you're working in a business, for instance, they're going to have a set of targets, a set of goals that they want to reach. So they could want to be hit and say, I want 1,000 targets by next year. Okay, so how am I going to get to that? You then have to plan it and make sure it's tangible and non-tangible. And tangible is when something can be tested and there's a means to an end. Non-tangible is when something is non-tested, it's non-tangible. You can't really say mark it down and judge it from something. So for instance, on the youth community worker, I've had people come to me, oh, I changed that person's life. Okay, is it tangible? How can I prove it was me that did it? Even though I might have had influence on it, I might have been able to influence the decisions that person made and help them through their process, help them through their journey. But how can I claim that evidentially to be tangible? So that's how things are measured. I can't. That's the bottom line of it because it's non-tangible. So a tangible thing is when you've actually reached a target that is tangible because it's something you've done that can be tested. That's the difference. So it's very ambiguous, but even still, you could say that I made a difference. I had impact, but you can't really claim something is that perfectly tangible. Now, results driven by, say, sales, and you could prove it and graph it and stuff like that would be something what is classed as tangible. Okay, just to make that clear. So today, what I'm looking at is you, okay, and that's what I'm really going to be focusing on. I want you to, in here, in a group, so a lot of this is going to be your work, okay, because in order to be a life coach, you have to put that effort in. I'm going to ask you these questions in a group, and I like to comment. We've got chat here. We never used to have slides and stuff like that, so I would have been using just this feature alone. I'm asking you, who are you? In 3 words, I want you to tell me who you are. Keep this blooming microphone. Oh, Rachel. I'm going to be fiddling with my phone. Just doing an impression of something. No, not really. I'm fiddling with my phone while you do that. Smart, loving, problem solver. Loving countertemps, that's hard work in Loveville. Do we put our words in chat? Yeah, please. Kind, sensible, loving, smart, loving, problem solver. See how wonderful you all think. I remember I did this before and I was like going, oh, I am, okay, so I am Rich Gibson. I am a fighter. Determined. And look at this. And oh gosh, caring. And now we're going to have to reverse it. Smart, loving, problem solver. See, that's good. Problem solver. That's a good quality to have as a life coach. Now we're going to say the things we don't like about ourselves. So truly what we're doing is things that we like about ourselves, 3 things, and 3 things that we don't like about ourselves. Worry, war, self-doubt, over-emotional. Oh, that's quality though. See how it's even quality, even in things that are bad sometimes, you know? How we see ourselves and how other people see ourselves can be totally different as well. It's all to do with perception. The size of my feet and my height. Ah, that made me laugh, Janet. That was just too funny. No, you're making me laugh. Ah! Size 10. Oh, way to go. I laughed so hard when I was that was just too funny. Self-doubt, definitely sensitive and worried too much. Definitely true to E. Yeah, like me. Don't say no enough, take too much, lose my passion and stuff. Mine is take on too much workload. I've always been told that by every boss that I've ever met. I take things to heart lots, and I got my teeth into something on like a dog thing. Until I get to it. That could be a quality, but sometimes it can be quite annoying for the person that I've got the bone with. So I'm a size 9, not too far behind. I'm a size 7 or 8. Depends on what I am. It's a big feet there. So, okay, we've got an issue with feet. Laugh out loud. So, okay then. So the next question is, where are you going? Tell me that. Where are you heading? Nowhere. Trudy, you're going everywhere with me. Nancy, independency. Supermarket later, but the local state to complete my goals. I'm headed for freedom. On a spiritual mission. Oh, I like that. Trudy's coming with me wherever I go. And I'm hoping that's far. Where am I going? Do you know what? I can never read myself. Anybody know where I'm going? Because I can't read me. I can tell you where you're going. I can all see your futures. Never see my own. It's one thing that really annoys me about being a medium. I was only thinking that earlier. Where am I going? Do you know what? This is going to sound really silly now, but I think this is why I'm a good medium. I do think I am a good medium. Is I think I'm going, I don't know, like, I don't see it, I always see it as one day at a time, like I'm not going anywhere, I'm just staying put. I'm going to stay put and just go with the flow. That's how I see it, because people contact me and they go, oh, there's a special place for you in heaven, and I think, okay, that's where I'm going. Earn my wings. That's what I'm doing, earning my wings. So that's how I see it. It's nice to plan ahead. I don't ever plan ahead, not ever. I've never ever planned ahead. I just do it like with my witchcraft stuff and my spells. I'm just like Shaman was like, Rachel, it was a really good idea to do a big spell. And it's just like, okay, Shaman said that, that's actually a really good idea or something, you know, and I just go with it. It just happens, it evolves. It almost evolves, but it's important, yes. And to be a good life coach, you have to be able to help people plan their next steps. I can do it for other people. When it comes to myself, no. Me either, plan ahead. If you plan ahead long term, it never works. What about short term? Two years max. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good. I can't even plan that. I'll see with Derek Cora Saturday. That's about it. As far as I've got to in my plans for the next year. That's true. Even with my lessons and stuff, as you can see, every day is really different for me. It changes. It's so like, oh, there's so much going on in my life. It's just like, blah. But I've got to coordinate that, so I'm sticking to that. But then something like pushes you in, and because it changes on a daily basis, like I get attacked by things, or call it attack, I'll call it compliment from now on. Because it does, it changes on a daily basis. Because that fundamentally we are affected by external forces. Like, so we could have plans, couldn't we? Sorry, I'll just put this around my neck. I've neck at a car accident years ago. Cleaning up a bit. Yeah, so we've got all these sort of external influences, and they just attack, don't they? And they just, and they're influences, and we have to then change it. We have to mould it, and we have to do it in a positive way. And I see it as a lesson learned, and I think that's really important. No matter what is thrown at you, turn it to something that is positive all the time. And what happens is it transforms, it translates into something good. That's the best way to deal with it. And it happens, and like we're emotional beings, and there are events, and these things are happening, and we can't help it sometimes because we're human. You know, you'd be like a robot else. Oh, like this isn't going to impinge on me, but it does. These influences take us to where we're going to go without it even us knowing it. It just evolves. So who supports you? Who is your support? With children. Oh, that's good. Family. And you. Oh, thanks. You, myself, and I. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Me, myself, and I. So what if you didn't have me, myself, and I? Some of my family is grieving myself. Oh. So what if, that's the sort of question I wanted to ask, what if you couldn't help yourself? Sorry, I'm just getting this. There it is. I think in my head. Welcome back my daughter. So that's where you'd go if that's the case. Spellings were wrong there. I've got to spell check then. Janet's funny today. So that's the question, isn't it? Where would you go from there? You'd have to access places, access services, and you could be reaching out to a life coach, okay? So that's my point. So what makes a person, is my next question to you as a group. What makes you, you? Influences in our lives, core values and belief and attitude, absolutely. Keep them up there. I'm listening. Just went dong, dong. It might be upset every time you put it again. So always alone, and I'm not happy with the exception of family and a family woman. Truly, I love being alone. Are we ever truly alone though? Do you ever feel truly ever alone? I never ever feel that. Not ever. Not with all the spirits around me. Alone time is good. I love alone time, but I never have it. Not ever. It must be lovely. I'm getting a spa just lying there being alone. But yeah, and these are the fundamental things that are important. Now, everybody will be different. So the influences in our lives. So what I'd say that actually makes a person is our values, our core base, our influences, and our our experiences, our experiences, our lessons that we've learned. I like my own company, but I hate coming up being alone. We're never alone, not ever. Really never alone. I also think what makes a person is It's what they do sometimes, our actions as well. That's defining their behaviour, but it can also, in a way, can have an influence of how others see you, more so than who you are. Does that make sense? So our actions are determine what other people think about us, but who we are, we might not present ourselves in the way that we're meant to. Now that could be because we need to hold back our core inner selves, because that's the bit that we need to protect is in there. Okay, so a lot of things that help us develop into people and to help us help others is gaining one, respect, trust, dignity, honesty. All of these things is what makes us a good person. Now, what could make somebody a bad person? Like, for instance, I was attacked recently, and it's not about that, and I don't want to bring up things, but I was attacked by a person, okay, and that person had, it was really awful to me, really awful, and I could really now determine that she is a nasty, vile, evil, okay, but as a good person that I am with integrity, honesty, and dignity, I look at that person and I think, what's the real issue there? That was her behaviour. Okay, so I'm analytical. That's her behaviour, that's how she's presented herself. Why? You know? And then I'm thinking, well, that doesn't make her who she is. The inner person, I have no right to judge her as that person. I can judge her actions and say, what she did was a horrible, evil person. What she did was really, really nasty, and it had a nasty impact on me. But does that make her a really evil person? Because I don't really know her, and I don't know the causes of that, why that person acted like that. So when I'm presented with a problem or a person, I'm looking in rather than outward. So that's our outer layer core. Why are you presenting like that? Okay, if I was to go in deeper, what's causing that? And then I go in deeper. Oh, there it is. There's the core of the issue. And then you remove the core from like the apple and you transform it. And then you work outwards to try and heal that person or work with that person. For me, that's how I believe I'm a very good life coach and good at my work. It's because I won't just hone in on that outer layer. I will start unpeeling and going into the inner layers. Yeah, I believe that's knowing one's no self-aware, lack of being responsible for actions, lack of feeling. Yeah. Those issues that they're presented to you, so you have to eradicate, remove the outer layer and go inward. And now what does it look like? What's it presented to you like in the inner layers? Love you, trees. Washing machine. I've got. Can you hear my washing machine in the background? So what are the inner core, the inner layers? How do we transform another? Sounds like a spaceship going to be taken off very soon, doesn't it? Sounds like a jet. A teapot. So where you going? What? Really?
What's I do now?
No, don't. What about?
You can get something cocaine.
That's not really true. The last one. We're still on keto. Yeah, find out what's important and why to that person. Agreed. And I agree. So what difficulties in life do people face? Okay, because these are the sort of questions you need to be asking yourself. Death. Death is awful because it's a grieving process and it takes forever and ever. And I don't think you ever get over it. That's my opinion. You learn to cope with it. You don't learn to ever get over it. You learn to deal with it better day to day. Judgmental people. Yeah. Moving around children's films, many things. Yeah. Bullies, homelessness. Yeah. Lots of cases of money, financial issues, self-esteem, finances, personality changes, disorders, mental health. See, mental health's got a lot to do with everything. You need to be in a good order, in a good way. And mental health, everybody has mental health. Every single person has mental health, but we have what is classed as good mental health or bad mental health. I don't really class it as bad as such, but difficult times, different situations can cause bad mental health. I used to work for a massive organisation in the UK dealing with mental health, and some people would present themselves. I would get like a clip, right, and talk about perception and stuff like that, and get a paper clip and try to get people to describe what they could do with that, and it would show how everybody's mind works in a different way. And essentially, mental health and things like that is caused by an event, normally through trauma and stuff like that, so through my regression and stuff like that. Part of the hypnotherapy, when I'm doing hypnotherapy, is looking at past lives and how it gets us to today and the impact it has and how to change that behaviour. And that's why people end up having lots of addictions and things like that. Trump. That's just too funny. And yeah, political things that affects us, changes in the environment. Oh, what about the full moon? How are you feeling? I've got tremendous. I've never had such a big headache. That's why I'm using this for my whole entire life, as to make it has got to be to do with this full moon. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like, you know, a werewolf is going to come out and attack me any minute. But Trump, it's just too funny. whoa, who's that? Oh, hello, Romeo. I didn't see you coming there. Talking of wolves, I felt you. Felt a wolf around me. So yeah, lots of different things. So when we're actually presented with a problem, we have to be that problem solver. And essentially, that's what Shannon was saying, and Shannon is totally not correct. It's finding that solution. So okay, I'm gonna give you a little exercise to do now. Okay, right. I'm gonna give you a problem, and I want you to solve it. Okay. So the problem is. I don't think I know I found. Oh, it's got a problem. Okay, I've got one. And I want it so. So I'm going to give you a proper case scenario. Okay, I'm running a business, okay. And although it's okay, it needs to get better. And I'm coming to you because as a life coach, I want you to give me some solutions to the difficulties that I'm having in reaching my targets. So what are you going to do right in that situation? So that's what I've come to you. I've come to you and I want you, I'm telling you I've got issues in my business. I want it to be better. I'm not reaching my targets. How could you make that different? What could you do to help me? What's the first thing you're going to do? Listen. Correct. Find out what you feel is holding you back. Find out about the business and what the targets are. Exactly. You're going to ask questions. First and foremost, you'll be asking questions. Okay. My business, I'll do it as a psychic. I am a psychic medium. Okay. And although things are really, really good, not quite reaching my targets. And my target is to reach out more, okay? So I've given you some information. What are you going to do now? Target to what? Brilliant. See? Analysing, getting to the root of it, getting to the root of the issue. Targeting what? Okay, I need to target an audience. I need to have people coming to me because I need to reach out and support people. So I've given you more information. Yeah, so I've listened and then I'll let you answer your own questions. I'll make notes on answers and I'll try to work on them and analyse them. Perfect. So what you're going to do is script, and then what you do is feedback. So not just do you get the question, you then repeat it to that person as well. So, okay, so what you are telling me is that you're in a business, you're doing quite well, but you want to reach other people and you want to reach a target. Okay, you've asked the question. So you repeat it back to them, so you're showing empathy, and then I've given you presented more information. So primary mode of reaching out. Correct. So the primary mode is reaching out. So I need to reach out to people. How can I do that? What am I doing that I could do? I need to do it better. This is good. And how can you help me? Because I'm going to pay you if you can do this for me. That's what somebody would be telling me. So I'm coming to you now because I think you can do it. So what are you going to give me? Because when somebody comes to you, that's the only thing they're going to say to you. They are literally going to give you minimal information. At this point, you need to be really, really questioning. What are you doing now? What are you doing now? Customer engagement. I think I can actually know the answers to the question. Just assurance research, maybe. What has been successful and what has not? Brilliant. So you're actually stripping down the question. Okay, so successfully, what has been successful is my readings, okay? But my healing, business isn't very good there at all. Is he the best, the person by internet, truly? Oh, either. Remote healing is really good. Because it's via divine source. So it doesn't matter. You'd be anywhere in the whole wide world. So Janet's asked me about that again. Yeah, basically what I'm presenting is an issue, a problem. It's not real, it's just, just saying. Oh, actually, no, it could be. Yeah, more than likely that my readings are so successful, but I like to reach a target more in healing. What would be the solution to that? I'm trying to get you to think about ways you present it. I know the answers, but just get used to it. So yeah, it sounds funny like a barrel. I can't understand this. Just guessing, sorry. Physical healing often has a different audience. Have you considered a separate website or Facebook page? A big diagram of where you are, where you want to be, the branch of fixing out outlets, listen, ask questions, analyze, work out a solution, focus on positive intentions. I like it. I really like Shannon's answer to that because it was, for me, I'd go with it. I'm like, okay, she's giving me an answer there. Physical healing, often a different audience. Have you considered a separate website or Facebook page? So my answer back to you is, no, I haven't yet, but that sounds really good. What would be the benefit of that? See solutions, see how you're life coaching already, see how we naturally do it. All of you have given very good answers. This is amazing. Now what I want from you is solution, okay? Because I've come to you, you are my life coach. How are you going to help me on my journey? What are you going to be able to do for me for the next so many weeks or months, please? Oh God, actually starting to feel like I need one. It's too funny. That's what we do. We all need that, don't we? We all need support. Now, I want answers now. I'm going to be paying you really good money. The thing is, every single person cannot sort out their own issues, and we all need that. We all need a support network and somebody that we could go to. It's worth every blooming penny if that person's going to be successful. Gosh, if I could build, say, because I get, took my targets, for example, say 5, 10, 15, 35 readings a week, okay? Plus lessons and stuff like that. If I was to double my readings, then that's going to be a substantial amount, okay? So it's worth every penny to pay somebody to do this for me if I was to double my money. So we'll start from the roots to see where it is or going from it, and then life path where you are now, analyse the situation, work out to get the best outcome. Yeah, and that's exactly what you do. You build a rapport with that person, you then discuss what the issues is, you listen, and you mind map the issue, and then you plan ahead accordingly. But I want solutions, okay? I'm paying good money. I don't just want to be doing this stuff myself, okay? I want answers. I want you to help me here, and how am I going to do it? So, test market from current audience. Now she's talking, okay? Because what we're going to be doing there is we're analysing targeted audience, because that's how Facebook operates, okay? Everything's targeted, so we can analyse our geographical reports, we can look at our audiences, and we can see what we're doing, where we're hitting, and who we're hitting to, what target audience is it. So, okay, that's mine's in the USA, so thanks, Shannon. A lot of my audience is in America. So when Dee went something about USA, that was a bit, okay. I want to be pleased in the USA. They're my target audience. So that's interesting. So do I then look at it, my target audience, and I actually do my lives as they are at peak time? What is the peak time in America? What's your peak hour at peak time? Say in the States you are in, that would most probably be my best time. So already she's offered me solutions. I'm already thinking, okay, wait a minute, maybe I'm not targeting the right times. Maybe I'm not targeting the right audience, because I know my geographical audience is 5 to 8 p.m. in America. So that would be 10 o'clock at night for me, 11 o'clock at night for me, or 6 to 9 a.m. So that would be, say, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Bang on. You're bang on there, because I went on later. I got 20 to 35,000 when I was on later. If I go slightly earlier than that, it's about 11,000. If I go too early in the morning, UK's only just woke up, I'm not getting a lot of reach. And when I'm doing it about 12 o'clock, I'm hitting about 120. And could peak if I stayed on longer at, say, 10, 11K point audience. So she's bang on, because what she's looked at the market, she's looking at the geographic target audience. Geographical is what she's saying is how can you better market that, your outreach. So are you looking at things, testing in the market, looking also at competitors and stuff like that. Perfect. Try and reach more to the public, see what is working and where. Yeah, and that's why I always say, which groups have you shared in? Because what I'm doing is trying to market the strategy, make some sort of agenda set, goes to the next meeting, sort out what works, what doesn't really keep it all positive. This is good. So as a group already, you're getting solutions, okay? And that is exactly what a life coach does, okay? I'll be hiring Shannon at this moment in time. So make some sort of agenda, and I'll be hiring all of you. So that's what it's about. Okay. So I've done that. I've got my geographical stuff. I'm all sorted. I've worked that out. I now know my targeted audience and stuff. I'm now going to make a few changes. Okay. So I do that, and that's successful. But do you know what? I achieved that. I want more. I know what people need with me. How can I do that? How can I really reach far out? To the point of success. What changes could I make, if any? This full moon is getting to me. I feel like I'm turning to werewolf myself in a minute. Rub this on, it doesn't even blooming work, but rub it on. Stay positive, heal yourself, and not healing from spine source, of course. Healing yourself is totally different than healing somebody else. But I like that, what Shannon was saying about, like, you know, also maybe remote healing, touch on healing. Maybe I should do it, Zoom it, and show people how to heal via Zoom and things like that. That's the sort of thing you'd be thinking about. I mean, I'm really not thinking about healing, because it's not my sort of area as such, because of other things going on. To get best out of your work, make it simple, understandable for people. Who's approaching advertising to important, teachers some fun, also makes it easier to watch positively. Clarity is plus. Once established with specific times as best, can branch to a second set of times for other areas. Very business-minded there. Yes. I'm thinking now. Exactly. No, that's exactly how you do it. That's how you outreach. That's how you market something. But see what you're doing. See what you've all done in here is you've life coached me. Can you see how easy that is to do? Because we are thinkers. We're strategic people. We are clever. We're intelligent, and that's how we do it. But what would be important in all of that is empowerment, okay? Empowering that person to make that decision, doing it together, discussing it together in a close-knit environment or via Zoom. And I always say about your limitations, make sure it's safe to work with that person. Also, what you would do is make that person feel comfortable, at ease with themselves. Try and get them to steer away from personal and keeping it professional. Okay, difficult. That one I struggle with. Sometimes it's really difficult because real people are real. We're not robots. We have emotions and stuff. We can, and it's normal to be normal and have our emotions and stuff like that. But when you're a life coach, it's really important to have that professional, but intimate relationship with someone where you do build that trust. And ultimately, you find solutions together. So empowering that person, helping them make the decisions, enabling that word, keywords, enabling that person to make decisions for themselves. Anyway, thank you for joining me. We will be doing this very shortly again. I'm so sorry about astral travelling. I can't believe that I binned it. Dee found it eventually, and then I was in a reading, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to do this today, but we can catch up with that. I'm just going to check the classes now for tomorrow. Strategic planning is what I'm doing. So, herbalism, did herbalism last night. How's life? We've done that one. Past life, did that one. Did I do past life? Yeah, I did past life. Done herbalism. Life coaching we've done. Astro. Haven't got time to do astral travel. That's annoying. Need to get that in. Okay, so Thursday would have been astral had I not binned it. Tomorrow we got parapsychology. I'm going to put parapsychology Sunday, and astral tomorrow. I'm going to try and do that. Get astral tomorrow, parapsychology more at the end of the week. We've got Violet Flames. Who's doing it? Exciting! If you missed herbalism, sweetie, it's okay not to worry. The herbalism course that will be going on to the Easy Class. Downloading it tonight, I think. I have put it down in this diary because I've got a clue how to do it. The Violet Flames is tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Who's doing it? Fantastic. That's going to be. We're also going to be doing twin flame relationships in this as well, talking about that and how to do twin flame relationship readings. Saturday, we're then going to do the candle making at 12 o'clock, and we have followed by aromatherapy. And then Sunday we've got our advanced crystals, and then our favourite, everyone's favourite that's on it, that is the spells. Oh, wait a minute, OMG, just realised something. Saturday I can't do aromatherapy because I'm watching Derek Okura for my birthday. So I'll be bringing that forward. Okay, so I might do it straight after the candle making, so at least then it's done. So great class today, and hope you have a great evening. Saturday candles, loving it. I don't know which one to take, it's free with crystals. Judith. You bought crystals, didn't you? You don't know which one to do. The Violet Flames, amazing. Candle wax class in that will, I most probably squeeze that in as well. Sunday, because I need to catch up and get Evercast in this week. That's how, because I need it all back on track so that I'm able to follow it through the following week, because I need it complete. This is like outstanding work, and I don't have outstanding work. It's very not like me. The violet flame system is probably the really, really good one to do. Yeah, you're going to go for the violet flames? Cool, because it fits in very, very well with your readings, psychic readings, and angelology. So there you go. Now, that's me, I'm done. We're going to grab a bit of tea now, and then do I go live later? This probably will go live later. But time management is everything, you know, and I'm such a busy person, but, you know, it's all part and parcel of it. And sometimes we're our worst life coach, okay? I am my worst life coach. If I was to life coach myself as good as I could life coach someone else, I'd be in a very cozy position. But it's impossible, isn't it, Rachel? With these in easy class, they will be Janet when T is able to do it. Unfortunately, he's really, really busy at the moment. He's just gone into town. He was getting me a lemon takeaway because just haven't emailed time to cook. And he went, oh, they can't deliver it here. And he came in then, and I went, well, get cooking. And he went, oh, no, I'm off. I'm going in town there to get it. It's the way of that. Sorry, I have to dash to meet the camera at Toronto. Love you all, great classic, Jill. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you so much for coming. So yes, lots of positive things happening at the moment, and we're really, really happy. And yeah, you know, it's just going to go crazy, I think. It's not really quiet for me actually this week because of what had happened. You know. And it's impacted, it's definitely had an impact on things, and that's a shame. But do you know what? I'm not bothered. I just think it's going to get greater and better and greater very soon. That's life. Sometimes, you know what? You've got to be prepared for those ones, external influences. And you just think, whoa, wait a minute, why and where did you come from? So also that's a good point to have as well. Always have a backup plan. Be prepared also for the worst. And when you're life coaching, to make sure that keep your chin up because it will turn back around to you. It is, Janet. I've got Chris Riley. Yeah, he's trying to contact me all the time. This morning we had such a funny chat. It was hilarious. You would have laughed so much. I'll tell you. He said to me, oh, good morning, da 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 da. And I said, I was just contacting you, making sure it was you, and now I know it's you. And he said, yeah, like this. He goes, that PMSL. And I went, yeah, PMSL. And then I said to him, he goes, oh. I said, oh, I must have been a bit out of tune. I wasn't sure if it was you or not. I said, like this. I said, but I did know it was you, but maybe I was slightly out of tune. And he went pissing himself laughing. And then I said, anyway, I said, and he thought that was hilarious. And I said, so I thought I was a good psychic. He goes, you are a good psychic. I said, you said I was amazing psychic earlier. I said, I'm taking the amazing for validation and I'm not taking the good at all. But that's right, and he was laughing. We were just chatting away, and then I was going, oh, I'm raising my vibration with Rachel and Riley chats today. And we've just been having loads of fun, and you know, it's really nice to meet another medium on such a high level, you know, so well-respected medium, you know, with that many followers, he's endorsed me, you know, and told me how wonderful I am. I just thought it was amazing. And to be able to now get people jobs working for Chris, that would just be so awesome. He is interviewing people, he's going to be interviewing students stuff. So I'm so happy, you know, it's growth and it's learning and it's development and it's change. And also got Maureen come to me as well. She's out there doing mediumship, but she needs a bit of support in areas, and you know, and it's coming our way. And it's like something about spells, so it's all thanks to Shannon, isn't it? She told me to do the spell, and woo, here we have it. And there you go. You need honest, positive people around you. I have Mr. Chris Riley, and Saturday I'm off to see a Cora, so you can't beat that, can you? I'm just staying away from anything that's not. And the other people, I've managed to stay peaceful with them, and that's how you leave it. And that's what I like to be, a good role model that just teaches you guys that this is real life, you know. I don't hide nothing. I'm an open book. I really am. Sometimes my own film maybe, but that's what we need to be in the face of all diversities and planets clashing. Just remain positive and just try and be who you are. So this is just positive there, and that's what keeps us going. Exactly. And I'm so lucky. Always ups and downs in life and relationships. Trust me, when you're in the psychic world, it is totally not love and light. Stay with the angels and in the light. Love you. I love you too. Have a very good day, whatever you're doing. Take care for now. That's me, end of class. Stop, share, complete, ended. Take care for now. Thank you.